Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Coming at you Monday night, like I promised, it's the bottom line. Brought to you by Chaz's Logistics. That's right. Chaz's Logistics, fine sponsor of the Monday night bottom of the line news report, weekend race recap here on Elbows Up Dirt Productions. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't tuned in, we'll get tuned in because we're going to get a little fire on the wire. Let me get back here to my chair. I'm running solo tonight. That's right. Fast Freddy's on another vacation. Mark, he's out shopping for llamas. Go figure, right? I don't know. We appreciate you tuning in once again, ladies and gentlemen. Brought to you by Chaz's Logistics. First thing we want to touch base on, rest in peace, Greg Moser, ANC Engines. That's right, Greg Moser, ANC Engines. God rest his soul. Sorry to hear about the passing of Greg. Sad deal. It's a sad deal. It's a lot of racing went on this past weekend. Many of you raced. Some of you went as crew members. Some of you went as fans. That's right. But there was a hell of a pile of racing going on. I can assure you that. So we'll run through that here. First things we want to get to the East Coast Legends Weekly Race Roundup, brought to you by David H. Martin Excavating. That's right. Over 55 years in the business, multi-generation, family-owned, residential, agricultural, commercial, excavation and utility work in the tri-state area. They're also the title sponsor of the East Coast Legends by Freeze Motorsports. That's exactly right. Last weekend we seen the East Coast Legends journey to Baps. That's right, where Alex McCollum was victorious again. His last win came at Winchester, so he has 2 dubs in a row. That's right, because they had rain in between the other week. Jeremy Ott ran second, Ryan Walls Sr. third, Lincoln Kirshner fourth, and Colton Freeze was fifth. The next race takes us to Kutztown. That's right. Kutztown, the action track, ladies and gentlemen, in Kutztown, Pennsylvania. The fair's going on. That's a big deal down there. It lies right in the center of Kutztown University. We were there doing a pit walk a couple weeks ago, and hear me out, we'll be there tomorrow as well. We're heading down to do some East Coast Legends reporting, and we're looking forward to it. Friday, the East Coast Legends travel to Big Diamond. That's right. Saturday, they travel to H-Town, the capital of dirt track racing. So there's a lot going on for that group this week as well. 3 shows to get in. Once again, that's been brought to you by David H. Martin Excavating. That's exactly right. All your excavation needs, give them a call. Let's get down to the rest of the results, if you will. Brought to you by Dan's Auto Repair. That's right. Here in East Side, downtown Rouserville, you go down there for inspections, oil changes, overhauls. You see Chad. He'll take care of you. I can guarantee you that. Baps. Let's look at Baps. Limited late models. We've seen Devin Fry victorious at Baps. Sammy Ryle. How about that? Sammy Ryle sporting a second place finish. The Tornado, Trent Merkel, running at third. Michael Walls fourth. Scotty Palmer, the flying real estate salesman, he runs her in at fifth. Started 26 cars in the limited field there, 26. Super Sportsman's, we've seen Kenny Ekton was victorious. Moving on to Path Valley, the quarter-mile bull ring, if you will, limited late models. We've seen Taylor Farling. That's right. Taylor Farling was victorious once again and parked it in Victory Lane. Big Pure Country. That's Big Pure Country. Randy Burkholder was second. And Cheyenne Smith, what a finish there. Hits the podium with the top 3. Good for them. Mods. The Modifieds. That's right. The Modifieds, obviously, by Kathy Baker Caldwell Realty Banker. She sponsors them. They're there quite a bit, couple times a month. Alyssa Collum. That's right. Alyssa Collum's victorious in that hand-painted number 55. Kirk Baker having a strong year. He ran second. Darren Hoover, he was third. Thunder Cards, we've seen Jeremy Utzi. That's right. The old goat, as they call him. Jeremy Utzi's victorious once again. I'm not sure how many dubs he has on the year, but between him and his son Jackson, they continue to rack him up in that Thunder Car class. 600s. We haven't seen this guy in Victory Lane in a while. He's had his share of struggles, and that's the 91 of Randy Kunkel. That's right, in the 600 micros. TA Ward 270s, 500 smackers. We're on the line. We've seen Braden Kuhn park it again. I believe that's number 4 on the year for Braden Kuhn. Strictly stocks were there as well. Jimmy Moyer was victorious there. Jimmy Moyer was. Let me get a drink. Everybody hold tight. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. That's right. The weather's beautiful. It was beautiful out all weekend. That's for sure. Hope you get out and get to the races this coming weekend. Like I said, there's a lot of racing going on. We're hitting the meat of things right now. I need to get one of them little Campbell things, you know what I mean? The little straw thing comes around the back and then whatever. Winchester. Modified Mafia signed in. 3,000 smackers on the line. 3,000 smackers on the line for the Modified Mafia. We seen Ty Norder was victorious. Altabelli second. Chris Arnold third. Chris Arnold was victorious several weeks ago when the Modified Mafia was in town. I was there. I got the privilege there to announce for the Modified Mafia. It was a good time. Limited late models, Jeremy Pilkerton. He was victorious there. Ray Cable ran second. That's right. Don't forget, Cable bounces back and forth. Gerald Davis, the Mountain Man. How about it? The Mountain Man. He rounded out your top three. Pure stocks, we've seen Walter Crouch. He parked it in victory lane. Bedford had off. That's right. Bedford had off. They had the fair week the week before, so they had off this past weekend. Port Royal. Well, here we go. Port Royal Trackside Media, Speedway Media, Trackside, whatever the hell it is. Okay, limited late models. We've seen Snooky. That's right, Lane Snook. He was just on the show here last Thursday. What a wonderful show it was. He parks it in victory lane. Hart was second in the 92 Gordon machine. That's the Frankie Gordon machine. Matt Murphy was third. Irvin was fourth, and then DJ Myers in the family-owned TRW chassis race cars. He finished out the top five, ladies and gentlemen. 22 signed in. Snooky grabbed it. 305's Timmy Bittner. He's having quite a season this year. 410s, they seen a first-time winner. That was Jonathan Preston. I got to be honest, I wouldn't know him if he walked in the door here at the Studio 02. But I tell you what, I heard he's deserving and all-around good guy, getting going with things, and he bagged one. So good for him. Lincoln. 410s, it was Freddie Raymer. That's right, Freddie Raymer parks it. Tyler Ross was second. Billy Dietrich rounded out your top three. He stood on the podium that night. 358 sprints. That's usually a pretty competitive class down there, them 358 sprints. I got to be honest, they get after it. Cal Spence, that's right, Cal Spence. One for related to JT Spence. Never know. Okay. Williams Grove, 410s. I like who won this. Dylan Norris in the 17 car. Dylan Norris, if he didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all beginning of the year. I'm telling you, he wouldn't, you know. But he's been bringing her around, buddy. I can tell you that right now, and I'm glad to see him win. Freddie was second. Halligan was third. 358s. Derek Locke parks it. Derek Locke. There's a guy that's visited victory lane a lot of times in his career. A lot of time. Once again, if you're just tuning in, we're here at the bottom line. Weekend race recap brought to you by, let me get signed, Trap Daddy, Chaz's Logistics, trucking her up and down the highway each and every day. We're doing Dan's Auto Repair weekly results now. Ceilings Grove, the ULMS was in town, the UEMS was in town, Zuver and Company at the Snyder County Sand Hill Oval. That's right. 7,500 smackers lay on the line. 35 laps to get to it. That's right. We seen Mason Ziegler was victorious. Spike Moore was second. Third, Scrub Eckert. Now, hear me out. I'm going to tell you something. Spike Moore, that guy right there, he ought to laid his head down and been pretty damn happy that night because, he moved up through the field. Now, quote Rick Eckert. Eckert said Spike Moore passed him like he was chained to a stump. And then I'm going to tell you, old Spike pulled a bamboozle right there and ducked underneath a Mason Ziegler into 3 and 4, and he had the lead coming off of her, buddy, with I guess it was a lap to go. And Ziegler got back around him. But I'm going to tell you what, the McBee car obviously was set up with the Hardy Intelligence, right? The Hardy Intelligence, the HI, if you will. And, the good motor there in the McBee car, old Spike got a hold of the racetrack, and he showed him a little bit of something. I'm going to tell you that right now. And hear me out, he got the hard charger, and then they ran the UAMS Modifieds. That's right, Zuver and Company's Modified show. 2,000 lay on the line for that. Spike, he parks it in victory lane. He had a good night. He ran second, he got the hard charger, and he parks it in victory lane. Another shortcoming for George Dixon. A couple weeks ago when ULMS was at Path Valley on the Night of Power, okay, Dixon was there running the modifieds as well, and he blew, I think, there with a half a lap to go. And he would have had that one, and he apparently cut a tire. But, hey, you get to victory lane, like you get to victory lane. So Spike won, and that's what it is. Hopefully Dixon's luck to turn around. Marion Center, ULMS, Zuver and Company again. Nate Lauer Memorial, 7,500 smackers, again, lay on the line. That's $15,000 to win in 2 days, okay? Man, I'm going to tell you right now, I heard the things about Marion Center to be dusty and all this and that. And I got to be honest, it wasn't that dusty. And I got to tell you, there was 28 super signed in. And I got to tell you, I'm going to go as far as to say that was probably the biggest late model, super late model, get after it, get it done, field of cars, probably within like 500 miles all the way around. I'm going to tell you, they got it done. And there were some tough cookies there. Gerald Miley, Michael Norris, obviously the normals, Mason Ziegler. We even had some locals roll in. Justin Weaver, Clear Spring. Sean Jones, like out of Shermansdale. He rolled it. Sean even fed us. I got to give the guy credit. You know what I'm saying? Freddie and I were starved. We were doing pit walks there, and they were doing the Barbie. So it all worked out. We got fed chicken, and we got fed cheeseburgers, and we don't turn down none of that. I can assure you that. But, you know, David Hess Jr. was there as well. Ferree, I always say that wrong. Ferree was there. Hot Rod Phillips was there. Yeah, I mean, I'm forgetting a lot of them, but I'm going to tell you right now, buddy, there was some freaking meat there. Dave Hess Jr. was victorious. He got around Norris with a lap to go. Norris led the race pretty much the whole distance, and then Dave Hess Jr., the wizard, okay, he did some wizardry things and got around him. Free, he rounded out the top three. We were there both nights, obviously, with the ULMS and Zuver and Company, pit reporting, announcing. We announced Saturday night at Marion Center, plus we pit reported and did our thing. And for those of you who tuned in, we surely do appreciate it. Thank you. Dog Holla, the dog pound. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, limited late models. How about this? Justin Weaver. He parks her in Victory Lane. That's right. Brian Benton was second. Dan Zeckman was third. That's right. Zeckman was third. But nope, Weaver got a dub there in that limited machine at the dog pound. Moving over to the Potomac. That's right. Budds Creek, a little Potomac action. Limited late models, the captain, Cal Hardy. He's in Victory Lane. Pilkerton runs second. Archer, he runs third. Modifieds, Ty Norder again. Parks it in Victory Lane. Good weekend for Norder. That's 2 dubs in the number 5 car. There you have it. Hagerstown. Moving on. Hagerstown. Now, they didn't have any results up there till later today, and I got to be honest, I didn't grab them, but I know who won. There was like 35 roughly cars there for crates, right? It was a crate late model race. It paid 2,000 smackers. That's pretty good money. A lot of guys traveled up from Waynesboro, Virginia. Not Waynesboro, Pennsylvania, Waynesboro, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? A lot of crates down that way. They rolled in. Logan Robertson, okay? He was there, one of the things. Obviously, Hardy was there. The Roudsville Rocket, that's right. Tyler Horst down here in the east side, downtown Roudsville, he rolled in, too, as well. But there was a lot of meat there. There was a lot of meat. At the end of the day, the captain, Cal Hardy, he steers it to Victory Lane. I'm going to tell you, when Hardy puts the wind meter up in the high gear, look out. I'm going to say that right now, because she's going to go. I can tell you. Once he gets a hold of things, things are going to roll forward. There's no doubt about it. So Cal Hardy, he parks it for the 2K. There you have it. Now, we want to look ahead here, get ahead here, to Ashley Yoder Designs, right? Ashley Yoder Designs, wraps, decals, race cars, lettering, the whole 9 yards. Okay, she's got the Who's Hot? That's right, the Who's Hot each Monday when we do the bottom line news report. So we're going to go ahead and tell you who we think was smoking hot. Okay? So, 410s, Troy Wagaman. Troy Wagaman continues to dominate in dominating fashion. Okay? In fact, let me flip around here. Just wanted to double check something here. Didn't want to feed you the wrong information. You know what I'm saying? Hell, the news does that all the time. The real news. We're the real news. Okay, we're good. So Troy Wagaman in the 410s. I'm going to go with him. Limited late models, you can't go wrong with Snooki. I'm just going to tell you that right now. That's 14 wins at 7 tracks. Let me say that again. 14 wins at 7 different tracks. He just won at Clinton County last week, okay, on Tuesday night, Fair Week. He put her in Victory Lane. He come down here. He did a good show, a banging show. We appreciate everyone that tuned in for it. And then he went to Port Royal, and he locked in another one. So good for him. Mods, we're going to go with Ty Norder. That's right, Ty Norder, 2 victories on the weekend. 2 on the weekend. So he's getting her bolted down. One was a Mafia win, and they don't come easy, okay? A Mafia win. Moving on, super late models. We're going to go with Spike Moore. I'm going to tell you that right now. How can't you go with Spike Moore? I'm telling you, you can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong with that after this weekend's performance. Yeah, it was second, but I'm going to tell you right now, that man was on the move. So good for him. Crates, the captain, Cal Hardy. You can't go wrong there with Cal Hardy. There ain't no doubt about it. Like I said, he puts the wind meter in high gear. Look out. He's going to rack them up. There's no doubt about it. So That's your results, brought to you by Dan's Auto Repair in Eastside, downtown Rouserville. Let's go to upcoming Hagerstown. That's right, the capital of dirt track racing. We see the Nathan Durbo Tribute Race on Saturday. Huge race. Pure Stock's there, and the East Coast Legends, like we said. So that's a great event, obviously honoring Fat Cats, Nathan Durbo. Special to me. And as well, special to a lot of people. But, man, they put on quite the performance, so you'll see super late models there, okay? It's usually like 4,100 to win, give or take. I could be wrong on what the exact total is, but the bottom line is it's about Nathan and Nathan's family, and wow, it's really great. A great show. Bedford goes topless. That's right. They go topless. Zembar ain't going topless. We hope not. But and they go topless Friday night, super late models and late model sportsmen. That'd be a good one. I can tell you that right now. You should get up there to Bedford, the fabulous Bedford Fairground Speedway, and take in some racing. Okay. Path Valley, Friday night. We got 2 this week. Friday night, Extreme Outlaw Midgets and Thunder Cars. TB's Auto Body throwing out 500 smackaroon each for them Thunder Cars. He's done that a lot this year. He's TB's Tim Burkholder, Auto Body Shop, 35 years in the business in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. Saturday at Path Valley, Zachary Krause, Veterinarian Night, Wingless Sportsman's, TA Award 270, 600s, Pass 305 Sprints, Thunder Cars, and them 270s, the TA Award got 500 smackers once again to win right there. Port Royal, they got a biggie for the 410s, because them 410 people, they know how to put the big shows on. It comes easy. $20K, $20,000 lie on the line for the 410s, the Living Legends race, I believe it's called. It's this Saturday. The super late models are also on the card there as well at the port. YouTube, get the YouTube under Elbows Up Dirt Productions. Subscribe. It don't cost anything. The videos only last 30 days. Anything we put up on Facebook. And then Zuckerberg, I don't know what he does with it. I don't want to know what he does with it, but he gets rid of it. So go over to YouTube. You can catch all that over there and, subscribe. And we appreciate that. We'll be at Kutztown tomorrow night. That's right. We'll be at Path Valley Friday and Path Valley Saturday. So another busy week for us, and we're looking forward to it. You need to all get out to the races. Once again, this has been brought to you by Chaz Logistics, Scrap Daddy, trucking her up and down the road. But get off your derrieres, get out to the races. It's supposed to be nice. Keep supporting it, bringing the big energy. We'll be having a show here the next couple weeks with another banging guest, and we can't wait to bring that out for the House of Dirt. In the meantime, have a good rest of your week. We'll see you. Elbows up, big energy. Thank you.